Hi, greetings. I just want to demonstrate now how to run Maven projects which are sitting in Team Foundation Server Git. TFS GIT is a new concept released with the Team Foundation Server 2013. How to build those application, the Java based Maven projects which are sitting in Git with the help of TFS build. Okay, you don't require any other different build engine, but how Team Foundation Server builds those app, residing in the Maven. Today I just want to demonstrate. I've been trying a lot from past 3 days and all. I thought finally I got succeeded. I thought I should share this knowledge to everyone. Okay, well, going ahead, this is my environment where I had set up all this information. What exactly I'm trying to do here is let me create a sample Git project. So what I do is a new team project. Git demo Maven is my project name. Click on next, let it be Scrum, and team project name is Git, and finish. It takes some time to create the project. Well, after creating the project and I would clone that to a repository and save my project in the same repository and pushing back to TFS Git. This is what I'm just going to do. Let the project be created. Okay, now the project has been created. Let me clone the repository. Let me put the name of the repository to the same name, C drive demo git. Okay, the same name. Let me clone it. Yes, it's cloned. Okay, now what exactly I'm trying to do is, like, I open my Eclipse ID and navigate through the project explorer. Let me create a sample Maven. This could be even Maven or even Ant as well. Okay, but as of now for the demo I'm just creating a sample Maven project. Click on next and let me create a simple G2EE application. Okay, G2EE. Okay, let me just click on to say web app G2EE 14. Next, and let me provide some name, demo app, and provide the artifact ID as the same. Okay, click on finish. Okay, can you see here the demo app has been created. So let me share this to my Git repository. I'll be selecting Git repository. Well, if you want this particular plugin called Team Explorer, where you can connect to Team Foundation Server, you require just search in MSDN a plugin named Team Explorer Everywhere, TEE. Okay, Team Explorer Everywhere. The moment you install that, you will get to see this option called Team Explorer, Team Foundation Server here. If you click on the Git and click on next, well, here it is asking me to create a repository. You can actually see here, right? I can point out to any existing repository. If not, I can create a new repository. Let me give the parent directory as the particular name. Well, I guess I have given it as browse. Let me browse it to my computer, C drive, and it is going to be the Git demo Maven. This is a path that I have. Well, let me provide the name as demo git. Okay, this is my repository. I'm just moving it to the parent directory. This could be anywhere, but for the demo I'm using this directory. Okay, demo git and finish. Okay, and click on finish, so that you can actually see this icon. This icon states that this is in your local workspace. You need to move to your repository. Something kind of your pending change. You're moving your pending, committing your change. Let me click on commit, and it would ask me to commit. I would say it is check-in, and there's an option here where you don't require to check each and every file. Rather, what you can do is, like, you can just select this icon. You can just select this icon where it will check all the files. You can see, right? You can click on say commit to to the Git repository which is in my C drive, and pushing from Git repository to the Team Foundation server. For this thing I require the Team Foundation server Git repository URL. For this thing what I can do is, like, let me navigate to the TFS GIT, navigate. Okay, and I'm just copying. These a Git repository in TFS. Just copy the URL and paste it here. It automatically picks up the repository path, protocol, and now the port number and all. Click on say next. Over here, what exactly I'm trying to do is, like, I'm just selecting here the master. Okay, I'll just tell you why I'm selecting here the master. Let me click on to say add spec. If you are if you are a GitHub member who have been using as a source control, then you must be exactly knowing why I had selected this this master here. Let me click on to say next and finish. Right, master is finish. It just takes some time to push to my version control. Okay, it's been pushed. Just took 4 seconds. Click on this. Okay. If you navigate to this particular path, now you should be able to see your project, the demo app, right? Well, if you go to the Git repositories window, this is where that you will be seeing where is that my demo. Okay, demo git is my repository. If you could go this thing, this is my working directory where the demo actually app project is stored. But in fact, it actually creates this local and the remote tracking. This place where the master, the master stands for the code, the tool that I'm building, the code which is in my hand, the project that I'm building. Okay, this is a code. Once you modified all your changes here, you can move this to the push to this is your remote where you configure Team Foundation server using this remote. This is like a multiple step. So in order to overcome this thing, you can also do like this. But what I did was, when creating the project, I said instead of commit, I said commit and push. The commit is for the branch to my local, to master repository. From master repository, I'm pushing to the remote, which is nothing but TM Foundation server. Well, what I'm trying to do is, like, I just right click on my branch, and I would say configure branch. Okay, configure branch, and I'm just selecting something called upstream branch. I'm just kind of upstreaming this branch to master. Master is my source path. Even in the report, I'm just selecting this to I just copied and pasted it to this thing. Okay, I click on to see. Okay, so which means that I have upstreamed it. So before I go ahead and start the builds here, create a new build definition, what I'm trying to do is, like, let me import the project to Git repository explorer from your Team Foundation server, TFS GIT. I click on say the default location, next, and the demo app has been shown up. I would say just finish. It has been imported, the project workspace, imported to the workspace. Now let me go to the builds. and new build definition. I'm sorry, I need to connect to that respective project. Connect to the project. Remember, you need to connect to the project where your team foundation server is actually stored. Git demo Maven, this is my project name. Click on to say finish. Let it refresh and it should provide you the Git repository. Let me import the projects here. Next, and okay, I'm just selecting some other path. Well, under the administrator, I'm just creating demo mav. I'm sorry, I had not selected that. Okay, under this thing, oops, I guess, shall I go ahead with the test? Yep, I'm just selecting some test folder, things like that. Next, and I would say next and say finish, which means that I have imported the the Git project to my local repository. So what I do is, like, I click on say builds, and now it should be able to create me the build definition. Okay, well, this is a place I forgot actually to import import the project repository. As a result, you get an error saying that you need to import, and also make sure that you upstream it and point out to the local Git repository master to the TFS repository master. That's the thing. So I would say demo build and manual, let it be source. It automatically by default takes, since you had configured this is a repository, actually takes. And this thing, let me configure it to let me provide my machine name and this thing to okay. Over here, what I'm trying to do is, like, let me point out to the actual Java project. This is my Java project. Click on say OK. Okay, and if you click onto this thing, it would ask you to create a msbuild.proj file where you need to point out to the pom.xml file. Well, this thing, and click on to say finish. Okay, well, it would ask you to tell that the TFS build.project has been created in your Git repository, but you want to move that same file to your TFS. So what I can do is, like, I click on to say OK, and I'm not triggering it as of now, but can you see it has actually prompted saying that this two TFS build.proj and .rsp file, this stands for something I just forgot, probably resource file. Yes, this is a resource file, TFS build resource file and .proj file. This two has been created, and it would ask you to check in. So I would say that proj file, and I'm just clicking here commit and push. If not, you need to commit to JIT. From JIT you need to again back push to team foundation server, but here I'm just committing and pushing back. Once it is being pushed to your JIT, you should be able to see here. Okay, okay, you should be able to see it here. Okay, TFS build.proj. Okay, well, I had set up my machine, the build machine, with the environmental with some environmental variables here. I mean, like, if you have a build machine, all you need to do is, like, you need to install the respective JDK framework and create a new path system, environmental variable path, and edit that in the path as well. What I did was, I've just gone to okay, environmental variables, and I would say Java home. Can you see that I created a new Java home, and this is your for Maven.
right? I have Maven path in this thing, and if you have ant as well, you can create later. Then I just appended it to the path, right, to the lib folder for Maven. For JDK it will be bin, and for Apache bin2. Okay, this is what I did was right after that, because the team foundation server build automatically it looks into these particular system variables. I can just right click onto this thing and queue it and say queue it, and it fires up certain web services in team foundation server. Those web services would call the controller, and the controller would pass your source code from team foundation server to the build machine, and it just starts building your application. Let's wait and see the status of build and all. This way that you can actually see the Windows workflow log file on what exactly it is happening and all. Okay, it started the build, if you could actually see. Okay, okay, well, if you could actually see, the build has got passed, right? Okay, if you could go to log file, this is where the particular the system variable is being called, java.exe would get execute and things like that, what all the projects, the project mode and things like that. Well, and also along with that JDK and Maven, what I installed was TFS build extensions. If you could go to Visual Studio Gallery, TFS build extensions 2013 is a plugin that I have installed. That plugin is must, where that has a lot of DLLs for your Maven and Ant builds. Okay, once it is done, the build has got succeeded. You can access the drop location and you can see the output files. Can you see, right, the target files, the var the var files, everything. You can actually see this thing. Well, this is the thing that I want to share. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.